It's Wednesday, and you know what that means as we welcome you to a celebration of life of Mr. Brodie Lee. And to get it started, we'll send it down to Justin Roberts.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as we toll the bell 10 times to honor the memory of Brodie Lee.
I read this saying once that says, friends are like stars. You may not always see them, but they're always there for you. And he was, Brodie was exactly like that.
Brodie really connected with all of us on a human level that he reminded us of what was real, what was important, and what matters.
When I had my neck injury in 2015, he sent me a video of his son, young Brodie, playing with my action figure and, wishing me well. Meant a lot at the time, and now it's so priceless. It goes to show you what kind of man Harper was.
I mean, he really was just the best. He was such a great friend, such a great human, great daddy, great husband.
Most of our bonding came from, the bond of fatherhood. Both of us would be in such awe that we were parents and that we were able to create these little beings, these little versions of ourselves.
If there was a Mount Rushmore of wrestling dads, Brodie should be on that Mount Rushmore.
After a show, he would drive like 8 to 10 hours just to get home as quickly as possible, to be with his kids because he loved his boys, he loved his wife Amanda so much and always wanted to be with them.
He's a good guy. He's a really good guy.
He could make you think that he was the biggest, baddest, most evil monster, villain, bad guy wrestler in the world, but then if he let you in and he really let you see his eyes for what they were, you saw one of the kindest men that I have ever met. He was one of a kind. And Brodie was the man. He was the man.
I love you, and I miss you. And with these videos, you live on forever. But you're always live on forever in my heart. Bye.
I love you, man. I miss you. And I'll see you one day again.
My friend, I love you, and I miss you.
The last thing I said to him was, I love you, though. I love you, goodbye forever, which is what we said to each other.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here tonight. We're here to honor one of not only wrestling's greatest champions, but one of wrestling's greatest men, and a man who has one of wrestling's greatest families. And they're here tonight, and we put a special tribute together, and there's no better way for us to end the show tonight than this. So here's a tribute to a great man. Here's a tribute to Mr. Brodie Lee.
I would like to take this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Brodie Lee.
and I am the exalted one.
Well, my time went so quickly, I went lickety-splickly out to my old 55. As I pulled away slowly, feeling so holy, God knows I was feeling alive. Now the sun's coming up, I'm riding with Lady Luck. Freeway cars and trucks, stars beginning to fade, and I lead the parade, just a wishing I'd stay a little longer. Oh Lord, let me tell you that the feeling getting stronger. And it's 6 in the morning, gave me no warning, I had to be on my way. Well, this truck's all a passing me, and the lights all a flashing, I'm on my way home from your place. And my time went so quickly, I went lickety-splickety out to my old 55. As I pulled away slowly, feeling so holy, God knows I was feeling alive. And now the sun's coming up, freeway cars and trucks, freeway cars and trucks.
Yeah. He's a good guy. He's a really good guy. And I'm a better person for getting the chance to know him, and a better person for having the opportunity to call him my friend, and I'm a better person for knowing and his family, and just really gonna miss him.
He's one of those guys I would describe as a good brother. And those are few and far between. He's somebody I felt like I could trust. He's somebody I got along with greatly, gave me great advice, was an overall decent and good human being. Again, few and far between.
So Jon would typically rile everybody up. My job was to try to rile him up, and the way I would do that is, he'd be around the locker room, and I'd go get him like a water bottle, and I'd go give it to him, and I'd pull up a chair for him, and I would call him Mr. Taker, sir. And if anyone knows anything, I'm referencing The Undertaker, which is a huge no-no, right? Like, and then I would tell people like, oh yeah, like Jon told me that as a young guy, I got to show respect to the generation before me, and Jon's basically like The Undertaker, right? And he used to get so mad.
I've always been taken aback by just what a big presence he has. And it can be intimidating for a split second, but then he instantly smiles and starts laughing with his friends, and he makes things fun. He made every moment that I spent with him memorable and awesome. And It sucks. I wish I got to spend more time with him, and my heart goes out to his family and friends.
The amount of time that we spent talking about like what our kids were doing and how amazed we were that our kids were doing these things was unprecedented. It was something that I always looked forward to. I just always appreciated that level of being a great father that he always brought to the table.
Nothing was more important to him than his family. The monster that you thought he was on the other side of that curtain is the opposite of what he is on our side of the curtain. When I had my neck injury in 2015, he sent me a video of his son, young Brodie, like playing with my action figure and wishing me well. And I have that video on one of my phones still, and it meant a lot at the time, and now it's so priceless, that footage and the thought and the memory I have of him sending me that video is absolutely priceless now. That's the kind of person he was.
Harper was everything you could ask for. He was responsible, he was reliable. He was an incredible family man. And over the decade plus that I came to know him, you just saw that everything that he worked for was for his family, for his children, for his wife. And that type of unselfishness, that complete selflessness, I think is what endears him to me more than how great he was in the ring or the perfect locker room companion that he was for all of us. He was a man's man, an honorable man, and a great human being. And I say that, and I feel like everybody's saying that about him, and that's because it's 100% true in this case. He was a wonderful man.
Jon's debut in NXT was against me, and it's a funny story. Went to single leg him one time, and he didn't want to go down, and he just ripped my hair out, and it was something that we could laugh about for so long afterwards, years later. But we just grew so close and sharing time on the road. He's such a family-oriented man, and that was something that just shined through from him. And he was one of those people that I always knew that I wanted to be around because of the joy that he brought to people, but like how genuine and caring and thoughtful he was. It's hard to see somebody like him leave us. He's an incredible person and somebody that I've just grown to love, and he's gotten to be here with my family, and as my family's grown, he was actually the first person besides my wife and I to hold my daughter.
Let's hear it for the champion forever. Let's hear it for Brodie. Hey everybody, let's hear it for Amanda. Hey, he's backstage, and he's gonna see this someday. Let's hear it for Nolan. Way to go. You guys are awesome tonight. I couldn't have asked you guys for a better way to pay tribute to somebody so special to all of us. And the way everybody was here and behind him all night just meant a lot. Thank you all for being here. Thank you.